Hey everybody, Breakthrough Health and Life Coach Glenn Hattem here. I'm here with my marketing director, Rachel Fleming.
Good to be here.
And we just had another amazing session. Well, gosh, earlier this week we had another one. We've just been having this incredible, powerful conversation, and it feels like one of those. I don't know if anyone ever watched episodes of Lucy, but there was an episode where they had this conveyor belt where I think they were wrapping candy or something, and the conveyor belt somehow got on hyperspeed, and so they were putting them in their aprons and they're stuffing them in their mouths, and it kind of feels like lately everything, like the conveyor belt is just going so freaking fast. And we have a lot of irons in the fire. Things are producing at a high level. And we're operating at such a high level now. I thought maybe just kind of sharing a little bit about what it's like when two athletes get together and they're like, let's take high performance to the next level. And it's been a lot of fun, and just crazy to see our productivity together and all the stuff that's getting done, and our inquisitiveness on why things are working in one scenario, or how do we get after just being completely baffled by something else, and finding the resources and directions. We're just really well resourced. I feel that working with you, but together we're just put the two noggins together, and it's just like the supercomputer, and then we're going really fast. And so today I'm I feel like I got to take a nap after today's call.
yeah. It's things are moving quick, and I think that what you said is absolutely perfect. It's two kind of high functioning athletes who are used to just going, and also who want to be the absolute best no matter what comes at us, right? And so you and I are both we've got this vision, and we've got these capabilities and those capabilities, and these resources and those tools are at our disposal, and we've just got all of this stuff that is right here, and we can make something really, really awesome. So that's kind of forced us to have to make sure that we're implementing the right systems, checklists, live documents, really, really good, clear communication between the two of us, making sure that we're really honing in on what needs to be honed in on. This is the piece of chocolate that we need to eat right now, and that's one that maybe needs to just wait down the line a little bit. So it's been fun, and we're having a great time with it, and we're just kind of trying to tackle all this stuff that's coming at us at once. And I think one of the greatest things that we implemented this week was a live document checklist with dates and priorities and notes, and who it's assigned to, and really something that's going to help us stay on track and maybe not get distracted by, oh, this thing came up, this is a great idea, let's work on this. It's okay, well, that's a great idea, let's also focus on this other project that we've got kind of partway in the works already. So just making sure we're staying on track.
Yeah, and I'm also really loving, Rachel, how we're both now we all almost are attached to this one mind, that you're yeah, I was thinking that same thing too. Yeah, I was gonna do that. We're both, our creativity, and we've hit a not just an efficiency stroke, but a place where it's oh, I see it too, and yeah, I was thinking that too. We should make that adjustment there. So it's almost you've heard from me a number of times, I trust you, you got this, do it. I don't even need to speak to it. You're already on it. It feels really good for me as a business owner, because yeah, I feel like you've taken a very potent directional standpoint. You really understand my needs, my wants, my desires, and the obstacles, and the thought process that needs to go on to make intelligent decisions. So it's I'm really appreciating that. And I guess for a lot of business owners, we've talked about this before, what's going on behind the scene for you when you have this flurry come from me, that we covered a very large landscape today, and a very effective call of moving the needle forward. We're not stuck on one thing. It's just we've got all these different categories, different items, but we're just, the athlete in us is move the needle forward, 1% improvement each day. What can we do next? Great. What's next? So when you're receiving all that from me, the business owner, dealing with marketing, and your goal is just like mine, like we want to get results. How does your, just giving an idea to the business owner, what's processing for you? I'm curious for your share on that piece.
Yeah,
So it can be helpful.
definitely. So as you're talking to me about these goals that you have and these big, whether it's a huge vision or just a let's get this done this weekend kind of a goal, I've
Mhm.
got stuff moving of, okay, this is the person I need to talk to for that. This is the program I need to open up for that. This is where I need to go look to grab those numbers to make sure that we're on track with that. And so it's kind of like all up in here while we're talking. And then I write it all down. As we're talking, you see me just scratching down for the whole hour that we're
Yep.
chatting. And then I take these notes, I'm going to put them into our moving checklist spreadsheet with some attainable, realistic, yet workable dates. And just kind of put them into priorities so that like this weekend, we know we're working on some website stuff. And then next week, we're really nailing down some ad stuff. And so that makes it realistic for you and I both to be able to work on. And yet we also know that we've got all of these pots in the fire that this is working, this has got something that's working on it. And that will come to fruition in a couple weeks when we are able to put that final piece into it. So we've got all these things moving. We know we've got all these balls in the air, pots in the fire, but we know that we also have the tools and resources to be able to be working on all of those at the same time, whether it's working with another consultant or working with a different program online or software that we have to work on. It's just a matter of grabbing all of those resources and putting them into place.
Great. And then, one thing I really appreciate about working with you, Rachel, I've worked with a lot of folks throughout the years, is, aside from your, what I see about your professionalism is your stealthness. You got this ninja behavior, and that we have this like live communication document that communicates progress or what's going on, and an understanding of like how much, like time frame that goes into these things. And then we have these commitments on deadlines, which, typically when I've hired other services, those things are never, ever met effectively. It's just like, hey, I got this. Don't worry about it. I'm like, okay, I don't worry about it. But can you stay in communication with me and let me know, like, hey, I need to run, a longer amount of time on this project or this task. Or if I'm adding something in, understanding like where we need to reprioritize or reschedule some things or get some more data gathered or research some more information. You're really effective at like placing those in a way that I can move on to things that I need to be on top of, and I can also get a bird's eye view or a check-in with you on like how things are going with these things. It's the whole burden is not left on me,
Right.
the business owner. It feels like I got a great team behind me here because I work with so many different folks. And having you in this arena here helps me relax and make great calculations based on the information you're giving me and the updates. And then I'm able to, I can continue with my big vision on my forecasts and when it's time to introduce something new in, and not overwhelm you as well too. We go, okay, cool. We know you want to do that. And we're going to place that. That's about a month out or so many weeks up at night. I just want to just acknowledge it's a huge benefit working with you. You provide such a unique talent and level of care and consideration and communication that should be an industry standard. And you're probably the one that's going to lead the way in that. So
It's good to hear. Yeah, it's something I've always tried to work on, kind of having that reliability and that trust. That's something that I've always been really, really proud of in kind of what I can bring to the table is like, I say it's going to get done. I promise it will get done.
yeah.
So that's, it's good to hear.
Yeah, I love this. And because you work on that, because you keep working on practicing, like, your personal development is tied to that. A lot of people in the industries supporting a lot of business owners might not have that as like their number one thing.
Right.
And everything else, all the things you do should be built off that integrity standpoint. And so I'm just commending you on that, appreciative of that. And the clients that get to come work with me get a benefit from that as well with you. So
yeah, definitely love bringing that to the table for everybody that I work with. It's just a part of who I am as a person and as a worker.
Hell yes.
That's right.
Well, thank you, Rachel. Thank you guys for listening in, and we'll see you shortly. Maybe we can share some of the celebrations the next call. We just have a lot of really great stuff going, and I want to keep this call short. But the next talk, we'll actually share some of the big wins. So,
Sounds good.
okay. All right. Talk to you
Thanks,
soon.
bud.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Bye-bye.